with T3iP Bunch. We have our final intern that's about to join me. Oh, I think she's here. Okay. Going live with Lil Nezzy. We'll wait for your friends to catch on, Lil Nezzy. Get our earpieces together. We got a little theme music for the people. Welcome, Nesiree.
No. Oh.
Awesome. What's up, Instagram? Let me go let the Facebook people in real quick. Let me let the Facebook people in. This is a very special episode today. This episode is for God, for Central, for State. If you know, you know. If you don't know, we'll tell you. Stay tuned. Well, for now, so you can get with this music. On Instagram, y'all can't hear the music. If you want to hear the music, come on over to youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles. And you can hear our wonderful theme song music by Remix Maniacs. Nesiree, let me hear you talk.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yes, perfect. My earbuds worked on the first try. They did not disconnect.
Okay.
I mean, Instagram must really like you. What's up? What? Oh, look at the comments. My Sans Dawn in the house. What's up, Sans Dawn? What's up, Sans Toya? What is up? For God, for Central, for State. Also, Delta Kappa is Delta Kappa. Oh, such fond memories. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Delta Kappa chapter is what I'm talking about. Shout out to my sorors. All right. We are going to get started. Okay. All right. I think it's time. It's 8:02. All right, producer, you want to bring me down? Right on time. All right. Oh, did you see? Period. The music ended. On Instagram, y'all don't even know how hot that was just now, but it happened. I did that. The music stopped. I'm powerful. I'm so powerful. I'm also so pumped up because today has been a very magical and miraculous day. Today, I actually we just wrapped the first cycle of T3iP, the first cycle of 1010 Talent internship program. Come on. Right? This little idea I had, I thought this would be cool. And we just finished it. It started out as 8 weeks, ended up being 10 weeks because I had to go film a film in the middle of it. Right? Look at that. And so it's just been amazing. And so who I have with me today is Nesiree Dickson. She is an intern in the short film and digital media category. We got Kwame in the house and hey, T3iP fam. Hey, Kwame. But what makes Nesiree so special? They all are very, very special. I love all my interns. I am so proud of all of you. They showed up. They finished strong. And we got some congrats coming into the chat right now. A lot of love coming to you interns right now because you all should be very proud. I'm very proud. Anjave, my producer in the back, my T3iP coordinator, she's very proud. We did this. We created a community. We connected and we made art and we grew together. So that's what T3iP is all about. It's all about giving access, exposure, and mentorship to those who want to work in the entertainment industry. And Nesiree became a part of this internship program because let me tell you how she got in the program or how I met Nesiree. I went to homecoming this past year. It was my first time going to homecoming at Central State University, the Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio, right outside of Dayton. And so I went home for homecoming and my soror, Angie Monfort, was like, you have got to meet this amazing, talented being. I think she would be great for your program. And I was like, well, that's really great. Let me, I would love to meet her. And so she sent out a call to Nesiree. And I don't know where Nesiree was, but she showed up in that parking lot to meet me. And so I just want to take a moment to bring a very special guest, that wants to say something to you, Nesiree. Boop, boop, boop.
Hey, Nessie! How are you? I am so proud of you. It's not everybody that I introduced to my amazing, fabulous, and talented soror, Shamika Cotton. But when I saw Shamika on campus, I said, you've got to meet Nessie. And I don't know where you were either, but I said, Nessie, get here. And then within a couple of minutes, you got there and you came with the right energy. You came with the right attitude. And I am so happy to see that you continue this journey with Shamika. She's an amazing woman, amazing mentor. She is who I needed when I was in your spot at Central State University. So I'm so happy that she has taken you under her wing. And I am so happy at the work that you are doing. I'm excited. You know what, Nessie? I can't wait till you're on somebody's stage at the Oscars or the Tonys or the Emmys. All I'm asking is that you say my name. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I want. Because you're going to be there. You're going to be there. And I want you to remember this moment. I want you to remember that moment in the parking lot. And just give me a quick little shout out. That's all I'm asking because you're going to be there. I know it.
I got you. I'll always have you, Miss Angie. I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you for
And
everything.
I am so appreciative of you. The fact, and I don't know how she is with you, Shamika, but for me, when I've been assisting her with her stage plays on the campus of Central State University, she is so open. She is so open to coaching, and she's so open to developing and nurturing her gifts, and her gifts are amazing. World. So watch out because her gifts, her talent, her leadership. It's not everybody that can take a group of student volunteers who say, "Yeah, I want to act." And corral them all together and put on 4 productions of volunteers, of students who don't have to be there, who don't have to listen to Nessie, but because of her leadership, because of her vision, and because of her talent, those students willingly follow her because they know that she is leading them to success. So Nessie, as you take these next steps into your career, we are rooting for you.
You got me.
And again, no, but I'm so serious. I'm so serious. We are rooting for you. I'm your biggest fan for real. I'm rooting for you. And Shamika, again, thank you so much for taking her because all I could do was help her here at Central State University. But you have the connects, you have the contacts, you have the talent, the access to be able to take her to that next level. And so I praise God for you, Shamika. I praise God for you, Nessie, for allowing me to step into your rehearsals, fussing, threatening to throw shoes at your cast. I do. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you for trusting me with that. Because your gifts are amazing. And again, Shamika, you are who I wish I had when I was in Nessie's position. So I just want to say congratulations, Nessie, on this journey. And this is just the beginning for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, Miss Shamika, why you do that?
Girl, I can only do what I'm told. And God said, you need to have somebody come on here and say something because I was like, it just made sense. Call my soul word so that you can help us wrap. I knew that today was such a special moment. Like you being the last person to wrap out T3iP, you being the first intern to make it through the program. This is special. And I needed someone special. Hey, Special. I needed someone special to come on here and just help us to make it even more special.
Thank you so much. I love you, Miss Angie.
I love you too, baby. Again, I'm your biggest fan. Yes.
All right, so thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And I'm at a party. I jumped out the party to come to the parking lot to speak to you. I'm about to run back into this 50th birthday party, but God bless you. I love you and keep on shining.
Thank you. I love you too.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
sorry I had to do that to you, little Nessie. But at least it wasn't an ugly cry. It's everything you do is so cute. Sure? Girl, and nothing. There's nothing ugly about you. So you safe. Safe.
You.
Yes.
I just love her so much. Okay, I'm okay. I promise. Thank you for that.
Please. I'm just so glad that she was able to hop on. And like she said, I called her after the all cat today. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was just like, oh, wait, I hope she's available because, she's busy, I am, and so I was just so glad that she was able to hop on because you deserve all of the accolades and just to know that so many people are rooting for you and we believe in you and your attitude and your spirit. Um, those are gifts. Those are gifts. The way in which you show up, always humble, right? Always just like open, right? And willing to learn those, like she said, those things are going to take you far, and we're just so grateful to be able to be a part of your journey, to witness your journey. So
Thank
thank you for your yes. Thank you for even being interested in this program. You know, this was a an idea, like I said, in my head, and by you saying yes, you're saying yes, Shamika, I think this idea you have is great. So if you can share with the people, what's this program been like for you?
This program has been an amazing opportunity for me. I have learned so much. Not only have I grown like in the field, but I grew as a person just to have your guidance, just helping me through like even when I had tough times. Miss Shamika was like, "You got to get it together." She gave that tough love, like you have to keep going. You have to not let your whatever you're going through get in the way, and you gotta keep going because that pain is gonna go away. You gotta go for what you want. You gotta know your dreams, you gotta know your goals, and you gotta be hungry for it, and she was just speaking so much life into me. So it wasn't just doing the work for the internship, she was just there guiding me and helping me. And I went through a lot of hard times when I was in this internship, but she was understanding and she worked with me. And
Mhm.
I'm just grateful to be able to work with you, and I'm thankful that you were there to help me throughout the whole way, and I'm happy that I made it to the
She
final week, the
made
final
it.
day. I'm just very grateful and very
Mhm.
speechless to just work with you. Even when I worked with you in Cleveland, I'm like, I'm in the same room as Shamika Cotton, sleeping in the same house as Shamika Cotton, like, who do you know? Like, I felt so honored just to work with you. Sorry, my headphones. I'm just
Mhm.
honored, and it's a blessing, and I'm so grateful. And I just want to thank you for
You are so welcome.
giving me this opportunity.
You are so welcome. You earned it. You worked hard. You
Thank
worked hard. And yeah, this has been really great. I know it sounds really repetitive. I just keep saying that, but that's just what today is. I think it's just now starting to hit me, like all the great things that happen. And I usually when I work on a project like an acting project, you know, I'm so busy working and it isn't until after everything's done that the magnitude of all that I accomplished starts to seep in. And so when I was doing Conscious Conversations, Dear Edward edition, my co-host Rev Cherie asked me, Shamika, what are you going to do to commemorate this moment? Commemorating another moment of wrapping another season of Conscious Conversations, wrapping another show that just finished, Dear Edward on Apple TV Plus, and now wrapping this amazing internship program, and also coming up on a year since I actually incorporated my business, since I actually launched out into this sea of entrepreneurship and said, you know what, I've got something that I want to offer the world in terms of a business, right? So
you.
in 1 week, it'll be a year that I incorporated, and oh my goodness, this journey that it has been. And so I'm so glad that Rev Cherie asked me that to say, what am I going to do? Because you know, I usually like journal, right? I'll sit and do meditation. But because she asked me, I was like, oh, there are some other things that I can do, right? I'm going to go to one of my favorite restaurants. I'll pick one. I have several favorite restaurants. I'll go there. And then I'll go to a favorite spot, a place that really inspires me. I have a few places that I just love to go that makes me remember the wonder and excitement of the little Shamika inside of me. It just feeds me. And just take some time to really be in those moments and to also to be still and listen to hear Also, like, what's next? So I asked that question. Thank you so much, Toyette, for happy anniversary. So Nesiree, I asked you that question. What are you going to do to commemorate or celebrate this moment? Anything come to mind?
What am I going to do to celebrate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I should celebrate,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't I?
You just wrapped your play that happened on Thursday, right? The play that you wrote and yeah, right?
Yes.
Wrote and helped produce. And my soror Andy, she directed it? Or did you guys co-direct? Or how did that go?
She normally just co-directs for my plays.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come in and just co-direct.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. So celebrating those couple of things right now, right? And then so I would say you may not have the answer now, but find a way to hashtag treat yourself. Hmm. Treat yourself. And then you're gonna have another moment, right? Because Nesiree is a graduating senior. She's graduating in a couple of months. So you have a lot of wonderful milestones that I just want to remind you to take time to enjoy them, to celebrate those moments. Because, like Angie said, you are so talented. You're going to have a lot of moments, a lot of great accomplishments and accolades. And those things are great. But if you don't take a moment to enjoy it, to celebrate, to pat yourself on the back, to remember those times that you pushed through when you wanted to give up and give yourself credit for that. If you don't start doing it now, when you get those bigger things, you will be like, well, I'm not really enjoying what's happening. So take time to enjoy your success.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a crybaby right now.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
You always make me cry.
You sound like my mom. My mom was like, you always make me cry. So turns out my mom has been watching every episode of T3iP Bunch. She asked me, y'all, my mama asked me, can you just burn them all on a DVD so I can just watch them back to back? I said, Mom, no, I will not burn them on a DVD, but I will put them on a YouTube playlist. I'm like, do you even have a DVD player? Who has a DVD player? But I'm just so grateful that Mama's been watching, and she's like, you be making me laugh, you making me cry. So Nesiree,
Is Mama here?
I don't know. I think my mom is bowling in a tournament. That's one thing you're gonna know about Black Butterfly. Black Butterfly, she's she bowls really well, and she goes around in tournaments. And I just saw her today, and she's at the alley, taking it to them on them lanes. Mm-hmm.
As she should.
Yes, Lil Junior 2X says, "Is you crying? Is you crying?"
I saw that. I was like, I'm not crying.
Mrs. Persia said, I wish I could hear what she's saying. Miss Persia, you guys on Instagram, I don't know if you're still here, Mrs. Persia, but you got to come over to youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles, and you can hear what's happening in the studio when special guests stop by. Thank you all on Instagram for joining us. I'm just going through these comments real quick because they be coming at you fast. You got a lot of congrats, Nesiree. A lot of people are showing up and just saying congrats to you. So
thank you.
Kudos to you on that. Why do I see? Oh, okay. That's what it is. So I want to share something. So let me pin this comment. So one thing I asked Nesiree to do, and I asked all the interns to do this. I said, when you first started the program, oh, who's that? What? Who? What? When? Why? Where? Who? That's my producer. Andre's having a moment. But I asked all the interns I want you to find a meme that represents you going through this program, right? That represents how you feel. And so today we had our final presentation, and I couldn't find Nesiree's, and I was like, I gotta look for it because I know you turned one in. So I'm gonna share it with you all, and then Nesiree will let us know why she picked that meme and if it still feels true. Does she feel like how she started? This is how the program. And if you are on Instagram, I'm giving you a second because I'm about to play it. If you are on Instagram, you're only going to be able to see it if you come over to youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles. All right. While I'm pulling it up and giving Instagram a chance to come on over to youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles. Is it Merkio or Merkio? How do you say that?
Her name is Merk.
Okay, Merk said, I am going to miss my friend.
Oh, I'll miss you too, friend.
Yes. All right. This is what Nesiree said represents her internship program. Oh, come on, Shamika. What is happening here? Okay, 1 second. All right, let's get this baby going. Here we go. Oh, that was so cute. So, so why did you pick that in the beginning as your meme that represented you?
Because he's just dancing and he's saying, you can do it, keep going. It's like an affirmation to tell yourself you can do it, keep going, keep pushing, like you got it. It's like just speaking life.
Yeah.
When I watched that video, I'm like, I need to speak that into me. Keep going, you got it. Keep dancing, you're gonna make it. So
yes.
That's what I thought when I saw that. So.
And let me tell y'all, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. Now, I don't know if Nesiree went back and watched it, on those days that she felt down or whatnot. But it's important to find things that motivate you. That you may have moments where you feel discouraged or you feel tired or whatever. And if you know that, you want to find things that make you feel good. Dancing is one thing that can make you feel good. But I love that you chose something that you knew you needed to help motivate you and keep you going. And look, here you are.
Here I am.
Here you are at the end. She made it. She finished strong. She is a trailblazer.
Yes.
Toyette, Bum Loves Me. She says, yes, positive affirmations are very important. Instagram, y'all get into them positive affirmations? Y'all be getting into it? Do y'all sometimes have dance parties when you're feeling down? I'm telling you, put on some music that makes you move when you're not feeling good and just start dancing, just start moving. You'll start feeling a little bit better. And little by little, you'll have a whole new mood, a whole new attitude. So that's just really, really great. Well, all right. We only have 8 minutes left. So that's it, you guys. No, I'm just joking. So T3iP Bunch is all about allowing the interns to lead the conversation so I can stop talking so much. I mean, they're going to ask me questions, but let's find out what Nesiree wants to talk about. So what you want to talk about?
So first things first, I do have a couple of questions for you. The first question that I have is, what college did you graduate from?
Okay, everybody lean in. Hear me and hear me good. I graduated from the one and the only, the Central State University. Yes, the Central State University. Do y'all see this? Y'all see this right here? For those who may not have heard it, you can read it. Read it. Nesiree, what's on your thing? You got a little something right there on your shirt? What?
Marauders.
Come on. Do we got any marauders in the chat? Any marauders on Instagram? Any marauders on YouTube? Any marauders on Facebook? Let me tell you about what comes from Central State University. Do y'all see what comes out of Central State? Greatness. People who are about their business. Okay. Trailblazers. That's what comes out of Central State University. Okay. Yes, at Central State, we are great. I just made that up, but if anyone wants to put down a t-shirt,
I like that.
It's yours. Have at it.
That was good.
Oh, you got a lot of hearts happening on Instagram because that means we got some marauders in the building. Yes, come on now. Love my alma mater. I do. And yes, for those people who may not know, Central State University is an HBCU. An HBCU. So yes, so that's the answer to your question.
All right. Thank you for answering that question. Can you tell us about your experience at Central State University?
I loved my experience at Central State University. Um, Only greatness. That's what Lucky Lay says. Lucky Lay 3. Only greatness, boo. Only great. My experience was great. Okay, can't you tell? Don't y'all see this life I'm living? Okay. Um, what I love the most, the first thing, and which was important for me, why I chose an HBCU, is for a community, for a sense of community, in order to be educated and brought up around people who could see me. Like, and I talked about this in a T3iP Bunch previously, about how important it is that when you are in a time in your life when you're developing and you're needing to be poured into and to be taught, how important it is to be taught by people who can really see you, and can also see the greatness inside of you, and they know how to unlock it, right? They know how to challenge you. They know how to have expectations for you to be great, right? They don't allow you to make excuses. They're going to call you higher. And so I felt like Central State was just a really wonderful and supportive environment. The culture, being a part of an institution, a school that is steeped in a rich culture. So that was important to me. And that's one of the main, not one of the main, it's so many, right? But that's the first thing. How about that? We'll say the first thing. Next, of course, we have my major, right? So my major was manufacturing engineering. So I really loved my program. I loved my professors. I loved the projects that we got a chance to work on. I loved how those projects challenged me. And they gave us room to grow into leaders, to grow in our field. They gave us exposure to opportunities, work study programs in the community, where we could also go and get experience, internship programs, scholarships. So I felt really supported by my department, by my advisors. Shout out to Dr. AJ. He's not watching this, but guess what? I'm gonna shout you out, Dr. AJ, who I was so happy to see when I went back for homecoming, that he's still there sharing his gift of knowledge with the students. And it was just so good to be back in Jenkins. So it was very homey. I felt at home. I felt safe. I felt taken care of. I felt like people cared. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, right? To have another level of connection through sisterhood, through coming together with like minds who value scholarship, who value being of service. So to be able to be a part of Delta and to come through Delta Kappa chapter, which is a chapter where we work hard and we serve hard, right? Where we have visions and we support each other in your vision. Right. And we hold a space for greatness, right, within our sisterhood. So many wonderful things. What else? And then, of course, going to the football games, the band, the bells. So many great moments. I don't know if the barn is still there, being right across the street from Wilberforce University, another HBCU, having that connection, and even in that connection, the connection with my other sorors, a beta chapter, that area is just so special. So as you can see, I can go on and on and on about my experience at Central State University, and even the community of Xenia, because I lived off campus for a part of my matriculation there. And so just being able to, you had Xenia, you had Dayton, yes, Route 42, knowing how to go on those back roads and stuff. And just friendships that are lifelong friendships, friends that you may not see each other for long periods of time, but once you get back together, it just comes back and it's like no time has passed. Central State is a very special place in my heart. And that's why when I was there for homecoming, I felt so proud. I was walking around there like, oh, yes, students, I'm so proud of you. Look at these students. Look at them. I just wanted to hug everybody. And they probably was like, what is wrong with this lady? What is wrong with her? But I was just so proud to see the legacy of learning, the legacy of greatness and excellence still going forward, and still seeing students walking on that campus, finding themselves, growing. Yo, okay, I get pumped up. So I digress. I digress. Central State University.
Wow, I've never heard you talk about Central State, and it's just like we went to the same college. Like it's just crazy just hearing you talk about it, and I'm like here and I'm going through, I'm almost done and you already finished, and it's like we went to the same college. Like I've never heard you talk about Central State, so just hearing you talk about it, I feel like we have a connection in some type of way. So
Mm.
thank you for answering that question.
Thank you for the question. What else we got? We can go over today. It's totally fine. Go ahead. Give me another question.
Okay. So, after all the no's you have gotten in the acting industry, what was your motivation to keep going? What was your why?
Oh, what's my why? Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna be real honest. My why changed. My why changed, I know what my why is right now, and I'll articulate it for you all, and it might make sense to some people. It might be like, that's your why. But my why is to prove to myself that I am actually brilliant, to prove to myself that the thoughts that I have are actually really great. Right. And so what that makes me do, that means that I have to follow through on my ideas. I'm not allowed to start and finish, or else I'm not proving to myself my brilliance, right? I have to make these things happen. So that's my why today. My why is also attached to I have a picture over on my sacred altar where I just go and I just sit and pray and meditate. And it is a picture of me at about 2 or 3 years old. And so that little girl, yes, it is me, but she is also my why. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I want to prove that girl, like right there, little Shamika, like I'm not, y'all don't see her, but in my mind's eye, I see her. Girl, you are brilliant. I'm going to prove to you how brilliant you are. You know what I mean? I'm going to be all that I would have wanted her to have, right? Like my soror Angie said, she would have loved to have had a program like this. I too would have liked to have a program like that, like this, right? So this is a part of my why. I think before that, my why was, just to get bigger and greater projects that I love to work on. And that was great until it's like, okay, I got this one project, but well, what's the next one? So where does it stop, right? There's no place. You're always going to want more and more. So I had to find a why that wasn't necessarily about climbing higher and higher and higher, but it was about expanding and deepening, right? So my why is also attached to expanding and deepening my impact, expanding and deepening my expression of love and light, right? So that's kind of like my why right now. Oh, that was Nesiree. Look at you asking the questions to make me think about things I never really thought about articulating to others. Great question.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so what advice would you give people aspiring to be in the entertainment business?
This question, thank you for the question. This question never gets old because I will give this advice and I will get a new download on what to give based on who the audience is here today. So today's advice is always self-care. You got to make time to take care of yourself. Right. And I'm not talking about, oh, my self-care is I'm about to go shopping. Oh, my self-care is I don't know, whatever. This is a self-care. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on that self-care. What I'm saying is you want to have time for self-care that is about your mental wellness, where you stop, where you be still, where you get quiet. Why am I talking like that? Right? Where you just you got to have time to be quiet and to hear your inner self, right? And
Right.
to always be listening to what you are saying, listening to what your body is saying, so that you can do the things that take care of your body and take care of your mind. If there is something that is always going through your mind, that means self-care is going to require you to either one, maybe start journaling, hmm, or go find someone you can talk about it to, so you can get that thought out and really look at it and then move past it. Because the reason why it keeps coming up is because it wants you to acknowledge it or to see it, or it has something to tell you, but you're not getting the message. I don't know why. That's what I had to share today about that, but that's a new answer that I have today for that. So the first thing is to really, and to get serious about that, right? That self-care, that's a part of doing the inner work. And I know this might sound preachy when I get on this inner work stuff, but let me tell y'all, that changed the game for me. If I would have known about how the work that we do on the inside actually really does affect what happens in our life, like our thoughts really do create our life experiences. If you haven't really taken that on and you don't really believe that, that's fine. Not you, Nesiree, I know you believe it, but someone else. But just know your thoughts create your experiences. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that makes the things. That was said by one of my spiritual teachers who has transitioned, the Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman, right? That was one thing I said I would tell young Shamika, go find Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman. She got something to tell you. And the first thing she would have said is, you are the thinker who thinks the thoughts that makes the things. What are you thinking about? Right? And what you're thinking, are you thinking about good things? Right? Are you expecting great things? Because if you're thinking good things and expecting great things, more than likely those things will be happening. Now, life is always going to be lifing, right? The business always going to be businessing. Entertainment will always be entertainment. And I just had to see how far I can carry that. But y'all get the point, right? It's the inside work, right? So get really serious about that, right? I had to check myself, right? When I had the goal of being a series regular, right? What's happening? Why, how do I break through that? And the first thing I got was, are you showing up series regularly in your inner work, in your inner commitment? Are you showing up as a series regular and the stuff that people don't see you doing, right? Who is the person that I need to become in order to experience the life and the career that I want, right?
Right.
So, okay, see what, don't you ask me these questions, you get me on this pulpit, right? Pass the plate, right? But so really take care of your inner life. That's important because the business will always be here. And so once you've taken care of that, right? Let me give something to the people that's like, but you ain't talk about the business, right? Because but that is the business. But okay, I know what you're saying. So, and then after that, oh, it's kind of attached to more inner work though. I promise you I was going somewhere, but you have to write it down. That's why journaling is a huge part of this program. It's about journaling, writing down what do you want to accomplish in your life. That's the first step. Write it down, get a vision board, put those pictures out there of of the things you want to experience in your life, right? You want an Oscar, put that on your vision board and dare somebody to tell you you can't have it. Don't even dare them. Just don't even tell them. It's none of their business. Your vision board, your journal, your script, and that's just for you. Quit telling everybody your business or what you're working on. Yo, Facebook, Instagram, I'm about to create this. Don't do that. I didn't say that. Okay, notice this. Okay, this is how successful people move. They don't tell you what they about to start doing. Y'all catch up and see, oh, they did that. When was they doing that? When y'all didn't see them on social media? They was building their empires, building their businesses, working on their craft. Okay, that leads me to my next point. Work on your craft. This industry, you might think that, oh, you just stumble into these opportunities, but no, you have to be talented. Work on your talent, develop your talent. If you're a writer, write. If you're a singer, be in those voice lessons. If you're an actor, be in acting classes. If you're an actor, always be practicing auditioning, because that's how you get work predominantly, at least in the beginning part of your career. Surround yourself in a community of other artists who are about business, who are not just talking about, oh, I want to be an actor. Oh, I'm going to start a production company. Oh, I'm going to write this script. Did you write the script? Are you acting? Are you in the theater in your community? Are you making short films to put on Instagram because there's an audience that you already have? Are you serving the audience you already have? Okay. If y'all hearing me on Instagram, give me some hearts. If y'all hearing me on Facebook and YouTube, I don't know.
You preaching today.
You asked the question. This is the last T3iP Bunch for Cycle 1. I'm trying to give y'all all that I have to give for Cycle 1, because come tomorrow, y'all not gonna be able to find me. No, I'm just joking. No, you know why? Because I'm gonna be working. I'm doing a workshop next week with an amazing theater company that I was a part of. So yeah, let me tell you, I stay busy. But let me tell y'all, I stay busy because I don't believe in, oh, the business is slow right now. Oh, there's a recession. Oh, there's a writer's strike. Okay, that could very well be true. But guess what she does? She stays booked and busy.
You should.
I create. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to be the artist that you are. Ask another question. Get me off of this. Somebody save me from myself.
No, you preaching. You preaching to me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, pass the plate. Nesiree, give me my coins. Put my coins in this plate.
Thank you for giving out that advice. That was some amazing advice. So I definitely needed to hear that myself.
All right. So one more question before we wrap out. And if anybody is in the chat, I'll let y'all, if you have a question here on Instagram or on youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles, ask your question, because, okay. But yeah, ask your question so that, we can be in conversation. Go ahead, Nesiree. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, are you thinking?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This last question, okay?
Okay.
What is it like as a Black female actress? Can you speak on the challenges you may have faced? Or are there times where you were on the screen that you felt invisible? Like, what is it like being a Black female actress?
That's such a wonderful question. Well, the first thing I talked about in I think in Kwame's interview, about how being seen is important to me. And I feel like that was a challenge that I dealt with a lot in the beginning, because I was counting on other people to see me so I could feel valued. Ooh, what? I'm gonna say that again for myself. I was counting on other people to see me so I could see the value in myself. So I needed that casting director to see me as funny so I could value my funny. Right? And as a Black woman, we know the dynamic or the thing that happens where when you get so used to not being seen as your full great, I need to be seen as great. Don't just see me as beautiful, but not just beauty on the outside. See my beauty on the inside. See me as a full and complete person, a human being, right? A complex human being. Don't diminish my expression of who I am. I need to be seen fully, right? So that was something that I struggled with and I had to come to terms with. And I'm glad to say that I see myself. Okay.
Yeah.
And valuing how I see myself first, knowing who I am, I took the time to sit down and get clear and sit down and do some mirror work. What y'all know about that mirror work? You ever heard of mirror work, Nesiree? You know what that is?
What is it?
Okay, all right, here we go. A little woo-woo for you. All right, little magic. But it's a little internal work. You take a mirror, you just stand in front of your mirror. You can be in your bathroom mirror, or your just one over your sink, or your full-length mirror, or a mirror you hold in your hand. And you look at yourself and you say something very simple. I am loving. And you just look at yourself. And you're looking at yourself and you're waiting to see, is there some part of me that's uncomfortable with that? When I look at myself, do I feel like I don't necessarily believe it? Then you look at yourself again in the mirror and say, I am loving. I am lovable. I am worthy to be loved, right? And really sit with that, right?
Right.
Because you have to see that first. How you see yourself, and contrary to a lot of other people's beliefs, I'm not gonna say popular belief, but how you see yourself dictates how other people see you.
Mm.
And there's a lot of magical work that can be done in the mirror, doing mirror work. I might have to do a workshop on that where I share how I do mirror work and help people learn that as a tool for empowerment and also a tool for healing how we see ourselves.
Mm.
Because as Black women, we've had so many other images that have been put in front of our face to tell us, this is who you are. And it's like, but that's not me.
Right.
That's not me. I'm hilarious. I'm not an angry Black woman. I mean, I can get angry. Don't make me mad. You're going to like me when I'm mad. But you don't get to tell me that that's who I am. I'm a full, complex human being. Sometimes I'm angry. Sometimes I'm hilarious. Sometimes I'm petty. Right? I'm a work in progress. Right?
Mm.
But allow me that. Don't be like, oh my gosh, she's so royal. And you put me on this pedestal so that when I show something that's less than that, you want to shoot me down and say, and say that I'm less than because I didn't live up to this non-human idea of who you made me out to be, right? And when I'm saying that, I'm speaking specifically about how they'll say, oh, okay, I got my highest compliment twice today, and once from my favorite author, who I happened to meet today in person and took a picture with. Her name is T3iP. You know what she said to me?
What'd she say?
Thank you for asking. Okay, thank you for the question. She said, you look like Michelle Obama. T3iP gave me my highest compliment. Okay? Yes. My heart, my day made. So, but I bring that up because some people will say, oh, Black women can only be Michelle Obama, which is great. But I'm also very complex, right? And that's not speaking to the compliment that I get because I do resemble her and favor her. And sometimes I'm like, wow, that was you look like First Lady. But this idea that they want Black women sometimes to be this woman that is like perfect. We don't get to be complex. That is what was so great about Carrie when she did Scandal. That is what was so great about Viola when she did How to Get Away with Murder. You get a chance to be complex. You're not trying to live up to some perfect idea of this, oh, here comes a phrase, magical Negro. You're not doing that. We being human beings, right? So that's one thing that I think was a struggle with me in my career. It's not a struggle anymore because now I know that I define myself. I know how I see myself. And if there is a way that I want the industry to see me, then I will create it. If I want the industry to see me in sci-fi, then I will just be in sci-fi. I will create sci-fi projects for myself to do, right? Because I love doing it. And then they will catch up to me. Right? Because that's something I would have told my younger self. You're brilliant. They will catch up to you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Right? And so that's one thing. But I think another thing that I want to talk about in terms of being in this industry as a Black woman is that we have to be careful that we are not identifying with the group limited beliefs about Black women, right? When we start to say, oh, how do I say this, right? When you start to say, oh, they not gonna hire a dark-skinned girl for this character, or they're not gonna hire me because I'm too light, or they're not gonna hire me because I'm too Black or whatever, right? That could very well be the case for that could be someone's experience. We have heard that happen, right? But I caution us, and I just ask us as Black women to just examine the thought, right? Because if I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that makes the things, If how I see myself determines the experiences or my life experiences or what I get to experience in life, then if I have this thought that, oh, they're not going to pick me because I'm dark skinned, right? Then my expectation is that. And then I don't even go out for the role because I've already told myself that, oh, they really want somebody lighter for that, or oh, they really want somebody taller for that. So just really be careful. Yes, Kwame, that you're not identifying with limiting thoughts and beliefs that are attached to Black women. Just make sure that you're not perpetuating that in your mind, right? Make sure you're not already counting yourself out. And sometimes it can be really, really subtle. It can be really, really subtle in how it happens. So always be like, I understand and that people's experience are valid. If somebody says that that is the truth of why they didn't get cast in something, I honor your truth and that's fine. But that will not be the case for me. Never. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you first of all why that's never the case for me, right? It's because my good always gets to me. I get the roles that I'm supposed to play. So yeah, that doesn't really affect me. They didn't cast me because they didn't cast me because that wasn't my role. It was that person's role, right? And I only focus on the good, right?
Right.
You take that part that you might feel like, if you do feel left out, if you do feel not seen, let that be the fuel that makes you go out there and create some art, that makes you go out there and find other people that may have the same, that may have been hit the same way emotionally, and say, guess what, y'all? We see each other. Let's go and do something. Let's come together and do something. So just be very careful with that. And so that was something that I had to be careful with. And I had to really just reprogram my mind, because it's so easy. Like, you could have family members to be like, they did that to her because she was Black. It's so, we say it all the time, like, this happened because of our ethnicity or the color of our skin. And that's not just a Black woman thing, but it's a large part of being a Black woman, is identifying what you identify with, your beliefs and stuff like that. So this has been my TED Talk. No, but yeah, how do you feel about those answers? How do you feel? What do you think?
I think you are a phenomenal woman. You are very inspiring and you are very motivational. You motivate me. Your answers were beautiful. And you're just an amazing person, Miss Shamika. And I'm sure you know that, but I just want to tell you that. You're so genuine and pure. And anything you can pour out to somebody, you will. You will do that. And I just want to say you're so beautiful inside and out. And just thank you for the opportunity. And thank you for letting me interview you.
Yes. And thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing me and acknowledging that. And I also say to that, the reason why you are able to see that and acknowledge it is because it is the same thing that is active in you. So
thank you.
You too. Right back at you, babe. Right back at you. Let's see. Kwame said, yes, love that you said the word program. Reprogramming is what is needed for our Black community. Yeah. That's a whole nother comeback for the next episode of I don't know what. But you know what is next? Cycle 2. Cycle 2, guess what I will have? A soundboard. Okay. I'm gonna have a soundboard. I'm gonna have my bullhorn. I'm gonna have my laugh track. I'm gonna have my applause. That's what's gonna happen in cycle 2. But if you are out there and you're like, man, I want some of what they cooking up over there at T3iP, send your resume to info@1010talentacs.com. It is going across the bottom of the screen. Look, right here, right down there underneath that comment. It's going across the screen, right? And whenever you're watching this, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching a later broadcast of it, if you are looking for a community of artists who are all about not waiting for someone to give you permission to be the artist that you are or to be the person that you are, because all of the categories are not just short film and digital media. right? We have other categories that might be for people who love building communities, who love curating conversations. So that might be business communication and public relations, right? Someone who's majoring in English, someone who loves to write might be great for that category. If you want experience being a publicist, right? You might want to be in that category. And then if you love telling stories, Nesiree, in her interview, told me about her. Well, I learned about it when I met her as well, that she is a writer. And so she worked on how to go from telling stories for the stage, but now how do we tell them for the smaller screen and digitally? So if that's something that you want to do, if you are a content creator, come on into T3iP and we'll teach you how to elevate your content to art, right? Because we don't make content here at 1010 Talent and Creative Services. We make art. We make shareable art that can be shared as content, but we make art. There's a high level and a depth of intentionality behind everything that we do here. So, and if you need some credits for your internship for college, or if you need something to put on your college application so you can say that you had some experience, you might want to check out this program. You might want to tell somebody who need this or know somebody. We'll be interviewing throughout the month of April. Cycle 2 starts May 1st, I believe is going to be the first day of Cycle 2, and it's an 8-week program. And who knows what I'll be cooking up for Cycle 2. I know it'll be great. I know it'll be great. Nesiree, before we let you go, before we send you off to continue on your amazing and wonderful life, where can people follow you and how can they keep up with you? Anything you want to say?
So people can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is at Lil Nezzy. That is
What's that, Lil Nezzy?
That is LULL_NESSI. I am also on Facebook. My name is Nesiree Dickson. If you do not know, that is N as in Nancy, ESIREE, Dickson, DICKSON. So that is my Facebook. That is also my full government name. And my TikTok is at Lil Nezzy as well. So if you want to find where I am, you can find me through there for now. And yeah, so you can find me.
Yeah, because she is definitely one to watch, one to follow. Just more and more great things I know will be coming from her. And then for me, y'all on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Shamika Chronicles. On YouTube, I'm Shamika Chronicles. On TikTok, I'm Shamika Chronicles. On Twitch, I'm Shamika Chronicles. The only place I'm not Shamika Chronicles is on Twitter. I'm Shamika Cotton. But everywhere else, I'm Shamika Chronicles. Join the community. Even if you feel like you're not ready for Cycle 2, just join the community. You can follow 1010 Talent ACS on Instagram as well. But just stay tuned. You know me, I'm always putting stuff out there to let y'all know what I'm up to, because I love to create art and I love to share it just because that's how God made me. And I'm so grateful that that's how I was made, because I love it. All right, well, this is it. So I'm really like Cycle 1 is really like officially done.
Yes.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Feeling grateful. My heart is full. I'm proud of myself. I'm excited about what's to come. I just, and I'm sure many, many more emotions as I just sit down and be still. I'm also excited to have some of my time back, right? Because I had those 2-hour work sessions with everybody every week. So now I can actually use that time to maybe clean my apartment a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do some grocery shopping. I will miss you guys, but I know that I'll see y'all on the social medias and stuff like that. And y'all can always email me. But
miss you too. Thank you for everything. Thank you for having Miss Angie pop in and talk to me. It gave me so many feelings. Thank you for that. I love when y'all pour into me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everything.
You deserve it all and more. All right, Instagram, that's a wrap. T3iP Bunch Cycle 1 is signing off, Instagram.
Bye.
And that's it for you all on YouTube and Facebook. Until next time, be light.